Shalom, shalom. We on G.O.C.C. Media today, live. I told you guys we were coming back with my brother Tazabath all the way from California. You understand? California and H-Town have a beautiful relationship. You understand? Not only in the world but also in the truth, right? Because we just go together like that. You understand? When I grew up, man, trust me, I was in the Snoop Dogg, I was listening to the East Siders and all, Ice Cube and all that. So, man, it's beautiful to have that type of vibe from a beautiful, truthful brother today, here in the spirit, following Christ. So just because we in Christ don't mean we got to be corny, don't mean we got to be, just acting like we just perfectly holy, no. We still righteous. We be ourselves and we be men of the Most High. We be warriors, we be lions. And that's what we have today. We got a lion. I got my brother the Bach in the house today. You understand? I got my brother Abanazar. And listen, how I'm gonna forget my own brother's name? Good Lord, because my mind is focused. Obviously, we got Deacon Malak on the camera with Gold Back Gorilla Productions.
Your mind right.
You understand? And we just blessed to be here once again today on G.O.C.C. Media, Tuesday night. You understand? And if you don't know, if you're new, you understand, to this show, I am Elder Rawchaa. For the Christians out there who do not speak Hebrew, it just means warrior lion. That's all it means. Okay? So man, it's good to have you on the show today, my brother. Let me get my holy kiss. You know what I'm talking about? Christ say, greet the brethren with the holy kiss. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we do. We don't have to say no homo. That's my brother. Okay?
Oh, it definitely ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So,
baby.
Yeah, we can't be acting too hard. We brothers. So, man, I'm so happy to be here today. Thank you once again for inviting us to. Where we at today?
Man, the Higher Nothing Recording Studios. You know what I'm saying?
Higher or Nothing.
The Most High Power's name.
Yeah.
Tell that story in a minute.
So yeah, man. Man, how you been doing, man?
Man, I've been blessed. I can't complain. Just trooping.
Just trooping,
warring, you know what I'm saying? As they say, welcome to the war. I'm just been battling, warring, you know what I mean? And doing is what we say. So, yes, sir, I've been good. I've been good. Can't complain, not complaining at all. So,
you know what's funny? I've been in this truth about 14 years now, and August 9th is when I got baptized. Obviously, we was all in the truth a few years before we got baptized, but I'm counting the baptism part. And I heard a song that you did. The first time I've ever heard your voice, I was in Egypt.
Oh, wow.
I was in Africa, and I heard the brother who we had just recently, Elder Rawchaa, and I think you guys did a song called Soul Cry. And you understand? And I was like, wow, this brother sound like CeeLo a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, but it was a beautiful song. That song, believe it or not, it's a lot of people's favorite song because it was very real. There was a lot of passion in it. And Brother Aquan, shout out to Brother Aquan out there in Africa or whatever the case may be.
Hey, Dub.
Good brother, good brother. And so yeah, man, I heard you, but I never thought I would meet you. You know what I mean? When I came back to Houston, I met this brother, and I didn't know that was the brother. It was crazy, man. So but he actually is a good brother, right? So I'm not just inviting anybody on this show. And he's a real truthful brother. He's a humble brother, hard-working brother for him and his family. And he been through this war like we all have been through, all the trials and tribulations, and he's still here. In the I wanted to, because a lot of people hear him on songs, but I wanted to personally show this brother. Instead of just, who's on that song? I wanted to show this brother because he put his passion in with these songs, like on Soul Cry and things like that. And it's like, he's on a few songs with Lion the King as well. And it's like, man, I got to do this interview with my brother. Because sometimes we can get so busy. And then, not that anyone's trying to pass anybody up. I mean, we all busy. We all working for our families. But I don't know. The spirit is like, man, you gotta do this interview for Tazabath. You understand? So that's why we're here today. And we are glad that you all tuned in with us today. And you understand, today you're going to get educated on the history of this man. You understand, and his will that he has to do for the Most High. You understand? So we're going to go through a few questions today, if you don't mind, my brother.
Sir.
And I don't want to take up too much of your time. And then, if you don't mind, you can show a little bit of your talent so they can see if you really have it or not.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That was rhetorical.
Yeah,
That's rhetorical, but you know.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions here, man. The first one I want to go into is well, first of all, let's say this. How did you learn about this truth, and how long have you been on this journey?
Oh man. Well, you know, coming from Cali, Bakersfield, California. I think that was 2000. I just got married 2013.
You said Bakersfield. I think I met someone from Bakersfield.
Okay.
I had a homeboy named Young Trace, who I met in San Antonio. So I've known Californians all my life, but so Bakersfield. All right.
Yeah, Bakersfield's like 2 hours away from LA.
Okay.
Some people call it mini LA. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Everybody go there. You know. So
Yeah.
Things like that. But yeah. So we in the studio. I had turned. We was in some apartments, and I turned the what is that? The wash house basically. It was a little small type wash house. Probably this room bigger than the wash house. You know what I'm saying? So about half of this room. And I turned the wash house into a studio. So I had really like the whole block, you know what I mean? Even you know, different size, different hoods, everything coming, you know, just trying to bring peace. I always just, like I say, coming from the lifestyle I always just, you know, bring peace, taught knowledge and everything like that. So all praise to the Most High. But we was in there chilling, you know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Shanad Live, you know what I'm saying? We called him Box at the time, you know what I'm saying? But we chilling. We in there smoking, drinking, you know what I'm saying? Same old, trying to find another beat, you know what I'm saying? To go ahead and lay something down before it, because nobody was really coming through. So we you know, we always work. So I see a video. It got like, I think if I remember correctly, it got like explosions or something like that, but it say Fleet Babylon, AKA America, something like that. So I'm like, man, what is this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what is that? So my brother, but he's, I call it, you know, it's a close friend, but it's my brother. So, Shana, you know, he said, he like, Box say, that's G.O.C.C. They say G.O.C.C. I was like, yeah. He's like, I heard about them when I was in the pen. I was like, oh, for real? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, we sitting there, so I'm hitting, you know, the blunt and all this other stuff. I'm like, what you want to do? Like, we kind of like froze right there for a minute. So it's like, you want me to click on it? So he like, yeah, go on, click on it. And I clicked on it. And little do behold, you know what I'm saying? Do I know that video was the start of my journey, man, to where like it started telling me stuff to where like, man, I got spooked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my mom's kept me in church. I don't want to go too far, but so I knew the Most High, I knew God, you know what I'm saying? But he was starting to say something, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. So I'm like, man, and then it's like, I'm thinking it's the end of the world. So I'm like, hold on. So that video started everything on my journey. So once we heard that video, long story short, we heard that video. Now I'm out the studio telling the whole block, you better get right. We gonna die. You got to get up out of here. We gonna die. We out there telling the whole block. We don't even know half the truth or anything like that. But at the time, you know, it just spooked me. And I was like, man. So then I ran into the house and I told my rib, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you got to check this out, you know. So she went in, checked it out, and little like do I know, she like cleansed like right then. So that Fleet Babylon was our first video. The second video was actually the True Name of the Most High. So when we heard that one, I was locked in already even from the first one, but I started getting more curious, and then I was really locked in. Like, he got a name? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? But we knew it.
Yeah.
But I heard a lot of people like on the journey, like their wives probably didn't take heed of from the first, but we linked all the way in. You know what I'm saying? She started going to church with my mom's and all that anyway, so she started on her spiritual journey while I still was in the streets. But, you know, taking the kids and stuff like that. But, yeah, I had that one, and then the third one was the 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? So then once that locked in, we was solidified. We was all the way in that thing. You know what I mean? And that's when we started knowing, you know, we stopped eating pork, all that type of, you know, we just went all the way in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was our, I can keep telling what happened on the journey, but it's, you know, that's the first, you know, time of really how I got started. You know what I'm saying?
So, but how do you feel? I mean, before you saw that video, did you ever feel like that you were missing something when you were going to church or something, or you know what I mean? Like, most of us is like, you know, when we heard this truth, it kind of, how did it just automatically just connect?
Exactly, because
did any of y'all feel that same thing? Because I mean, it's like I waited to watch it. It's like it never left my head that I needed to watch it. I don't know why, but that's just how I am. But it's like when I watched it, it was just like, it's almost like when I look back, hindsight is 20/20. It was like, it's like I was meant to be here, you know, because it's like, how did I just connect with it? Yeah. And it's like when Christ said, you know, my sheep hear me. Because you just gravitated to it.
Like nothing.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if it wasn't for you, you'd been like, ah. Yeah. So it's like now, it's a little scary for some people who see that and can just pass it up. Right. Now that we know what it is, it's almost like, hold up. Right. We was, we did what we did, but we literally like, it was almost like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to be. Just like it was nothing. Right, yeah, straight up. Because that's what I just heard from you, man, like for real. So that's what I'm asking. Do you feel like you was missing something, or you had these questions in your own conscience? Yeah. Even if you didn't tell nobody, sometimes we got these questions like, we had these silly questions. Did Adam and Eve have these kids, all these little things, and you know, about the devil in the garden, about dinosaurs, was the earth a million, all these little things that they tell us, and we like, okay, teacher, that's what it is. But then it's like, how did you know the earth was billions of years? I mean, who would be living to tell you that? Right. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. So, was you missing that?
Yeah, it was always something there, because like I said, we was brought up in the church, but then when I gravitated to the streets, and then I started seeing that pastor's son, and I don't never knock the people I was raised, because they kept me, God-fearing, things like that, but they sons was banging and things like that, you know what I mean? And then I'm starting to see, as I'm going to the streets, living a banging life, I'm serving the people who are inside the church. I'm seeing the people inside the church, from the deacons to the pastor, messing with the women. You see what I'm trying to say, and things like that. So I'm like, there ain't no way in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't even tripping. Right. But then another thing, like, they not even hitting the streets like that. It was like a lot of Issachar churches. We say Mexican, but it's like a lot of Issachar churches. They was hitting the streets more than the black churches was. Right. It's like they all huddled in and things like that. We get together and they doing all these shut-ins, and you know what I mean? We stand in the church locked in with my 24 hours and stuff like, man, we hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, what is this? You know what I mean? So it's like, man, it's crazy, but it's like, man, I know this dude. So now it's just seeming like, nah, y'all lying, y'all false. So it's got to be something else. So I dropped out. Then, believe it or not, when I met up with my rib, like 2009, well, we got together in like 2009 on the so-called New Year's. Gotcha. But as we moved to our new spot, we started. We came across before. I never heard nothing about Hebrews until that video I told y'all, and things like that, or Israelites. But we ended up coming across Seti now. You know what I'm saying? Cyrus Seti, whatever his name is, like that. So we ended up talking to him, and they talking about some black power stuff. I was always empowerment of the, our community and things like that, no matter what. So I gravitated towards that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And so we talking to, we ended up calling him one day, and we thinking we own. He's like, oh yeah, black power this, black power that. We own. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, that was that. I got me all in the stores like, yeah, you see that white man, he's leaving the war away from me because he know we are real, he the real too. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Or the black woman, I ain't got no problem. You know what I'm saying? Whatever like that. So it started off with that, but we went to my rib, Annie house, and then she was like, I've been on this journey before. Y'all don't need to get on that. Y'all need to get out. And this and that, trying to basically like kick us out. When her daughter came back and told her something, and she was trying to kick us out, or did kick us out really. And so we on there, and we like, what is she talking about? She was like, I've been there. I know what you trying to do and all this type of stuff, but I know about everything. So then we go back, after that, it kind of like stopped, for a little while. I go to the streets heavy because of life situation and all that. Like I say, living a banging life and things like that, we warring out there and just different things like that, and just, street life is different. So I just knew it was always something. So I'm trying to find it in the church, but it still ain't. The language is, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's spitting out the mouth, and I don't know. I didn't went up there and tried to fake it and all type of stuff. No lie. The passed out, about to bust my head on the floor. They like, no. Like, this real talk. I tried it, but that ain't it. It never, you know what I'm saying? So I know mom was teaching, but I'm like, this just ain't it. You know what I mean? So I was always, I would guess say chasing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, we just didn't know. So like I say, but we dropped that what is it called? Egyptology, whatever. We dropped all of that, and then that's when I came across the video, you know, a couple of years later on, because I went full streets, and like I say, I always prayed to the Most High. Always, the faith is me. You know what I'm saying? I always had faith. It's all the journey that we got out here, if I could tell that, but it always been that. You know what I'm saying? So as we were searching, I don't want to keep it too long from the thing, but if I can tell this journey, a part of it, because what was a part of it, as soon as we got hit in that, we gotta go here. Oh man, look, see, that's how I was though. That's how I was. We gotta get up out of here. We gonna stuff just doing. Then we lose the house. Then we lose the apartment. They like, what you gonna do like that? I bought a truck. I got a little change on me. Got the truck, flipped it the same night to get us, you know what I'm saying, in the hotels like that. Plus, Mom was helping us, so we was in like a telly for like 6 months. I'm talking to, I'm calling G.O.C.C. I'm trying to chase the, you know, getting the messages and all that, sending them in there. Then I finally get somebody to hit back. You know what I'm saying? I think it said Xavier Balas or something like that. You know, so I'm like, I'm hitting it. Then coming to find out,
shout out to brother Balas.
Yeah, hey, Balas, that's my bro, man. That's my day one right there. So,
but they know Balas done touched down in H-Town too.
Yeah, he touched down. You know what I'm saying?
he been there from day one.
That's what I'm finna tell the story. So it's gonna lead up to it, but I'm trying to rush it out. But so I'm reaching out, and we at this this motel, and it's crazy that you always bring out the what is that? Not the cherubims, but you know, the fallen angel ones and all that type of stuff too. Because as we on the conference call one night, we see them because you know we out in Cali they got the what is that? Not NASA, but the you know they got the whole Area 51 and all that type of stuff. So we can see it. We drive by there all the time, and so we seeing something in the sky, and it was like 2. They came together, they split up, it was 4. They came together, they split up. This is why I'm telling you, my kids know, my rib know, and they came, and I'm on a conference call with this. So I'm like, and they came up and they split. So we looking out the window, I say, you see this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, then they came back and they split up, it was 7 of them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they just flying around like that, and they would go back. And they would come fly around, some go down, some go up, and it was just crazy. I'm like, what is this? But I knew it don't feel right. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, that's crazy. But anyways, long story short, we go to another motel because we couldn't stay at that one too long. We go to another one, they got the breakfast and all that type of stuff. Like I say, we not really, I ain't really got ends coming because I'm pulling away from the street life. You get what I'm saying? The homies, I'm trying to teach them, but they ain't really listening. They not disrespecting, but they ain't, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really following along and things like that. Even my bro, you know what I'm saying? Shana, I love him, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't really gravitating because I started more watching the church. I started getting deeper than just like, well, I know about it and this and that. So I started more watching and just following. Yeah. And so we on the conference call now. We get it from that hotel. The first time we end up getting I think it was a marriage license or the marriage agreement and things like that. We locked in now. I got to talk to Balas, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this is cool. We got him now. We go to another hotel. Long story short, through that while we was at that hotel, my brother wrote a letter from prison talking about he need to go back to Houston and things like that. Because believe it or not, I tell if y'all don't know it or not, I was actually born in Houston. You see what I'm trying to say? I left as a pup. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know nothing about it. It's like, you know, I'm coming back from like, I don't know what age I left, but I just know I don't know anything. But I left out to Cali and this, you know, we was raised in California, and so he wrote a letter saying he's gonna probably go back. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, long story short, then Balas ended up telling me on the phone, like, hey, man, you know, what you think about Houston? I got this, you know what I'm saying, this church that's out there and things like that. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Whoa. Then on top of that, I forgot my rib. She ended up finding my, because there's, I had a pops out there that raised me, but my dad is out here, you know what I'm saying, that had me. But she ended up getting a hold of them, you know what I'm saying, for me through my cousin or something like that. And so I started talking to them recently, you know, and things like that out in Houston and things like that. So it was just molding and shaping, right? So then, long story short, it hit to where they raised up the rent at the motel. It went from $900, and then one day they raised up to $1,200. Then we thinking it's that. I'm like, man, what we gonna do? Mama, you got this? Because Mom's was looking out too at the time. She was, you know, before, you know, she was still living, but so Mom's, you know, she looking out. I'm on the phone with her. She like, don't worry about it like that. I'm trying my best not to go back to the streets, but it's like, man. So I'm following, but they sent another letter in. That thing is almost $1,500 now. Ooh. At a telly, I'm like, And it ain't even one of those, you know.
Right.
But it's like, ain't no telling me to 1,500 period. But so I looked at the family, and I think we just may have got off a conference call or something like that, and I was like, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. But I already knew I had to go do what I had to do. So I was like, I looked at my rib, and she know, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I gotta go. Moms ain't got it. Like, I ain't finna have y'all on the street. So I'm leaving out the door, and then as I look back, it's like slow motion. I look back, and they all teary-eyed, you know what I'm saying? And the kids, like I say, they 2 years old, maybe 1, you know, things like that. The older one's little. And I'm like, man, we just got to let, so I say, let's pray. You know what I'm saying? Before I leave out, I already called the homies and everything, and I'm like, let's pray, though, before I go out. And then we go back, we say a prayer, right? And as we praying, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the prayer, this is Bakersfield, California. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's Houston and things like that. You don't never hear nothing being like advertised for no other state, city, anything like that. So as we get through and we say so be it or amen, all of a sudden you hear, what is it? ITT Tech. There's commercial. Come on, if you want to join this and that, call the number. Houston, Texas. This
Whoa.
big letters across. Me and my rib look up at the screen. It say Houston, Texas. I think it was a 713 number or a 281 number if I'm correct. You know what I mean? Big as broad day. Never in life of being in Bakersfield that whole time, 20-something, that I've ever seen that. And then we looked at the screen. We looked at each other. That's it. That was our answer. So I was like quick to call Balas and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's it. We going. We can go. Let's go. You know, get it. So, you know, that was the start of the journey, man. Just way out here to where like we linked all the way in. So I feel we was the only one who pushing y'all. Yeah, I feel we was only. I feel if anybody else was in there, they would seen Bakersfield, California, like it always do. Yeah. It was a DeVry commercial at that. They never showed no others. You never seen that. You get what I'm saying? So it blew me back. So I was just like, man, that's crazy. So it's moved out on faith, and then, you know, like I say, it started out here. You know what I mean?
That. Because I was thinking before you got that, I said, man, it sounded like the rent was going up. It's like the angels was doing that. Right. Like, nah, I'm pushing you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because, you know, through all our paths that we be going through, it's like, we can't see it at the time all the time because we be trying to hold it down. But when we look back, we like, I see it now. I see why I had to go through all of these things. And, you know, and it's going to be the whole way, in my mind, to the kingdom or to the wilderness.
Exactly.
But, you know, it's practice right now. It's lessons we got to learn, so we can't keep, when it get real, you know, we have to know the Most High got us. Don't worry. Like, with confidence, more, every time it's going to build more and more confidence.
Yes, sir.
Maybe the fire come harder, okay, more confidence. You know what I mean? So, man, that was a great story, man. I'm glad you made it, you know,
if I can
made it here.
One, not to cut you
off.
No,
go ahead, King.
Like I don't want everyone. But the last story was, now like I say, man, it's crazy. I always got flat tires. Everybody know I line down, you know, my day ones, they know. They're always going into the church. We always caught flat tires. Someone was always with the tires and things like that. But when we got basically kicked out of our cousin house or just moved out and things like that, I don't even want to put them. I thank the Most High for you. And I think, you know, I pray that they get the truth and things like that. And, you know, they looked out for us, as well as my sister and my dad, Salak. And so we ended up moving into these apartments at the time, La Quinta Inns or Quinta Gardens or something like that on Aldine Mail Route. So the kids come in one day and they bring a memory chip in, a memory card from the phones and all of that. I slide the memory card on. Now, basically, I lost our pictures and certain little things up in California, like in 09, 2010. They bring a card in the house, and I put it in the phone or in the computer or something like that. All the pictures that was out there was here. Now, mind me, that chip, there's no way. I lost that chip in California. So that's why I was like, what in the world? So when he gave it to us, I'm not knowing, like, so I the gardens and all this type of stuff, and we found the memory card that got all our pictures and stuff on it. And she say, you in the what? And she say, I say the La Quinta Gardens on like that. She's like, they green, they this and that. I was like, yeah. She said, you sure? She said, on Al Demon. I was like, yeah. She was like that. She said, boy, that's the apartments y'all grew up in.
Wow. Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? And I said, what? And then she was like, yeah, that story that I told, look, the story I told you about, to where like she was walking my oldest brother, she was walking him to school one time and she was coming back. And she say, man, who is that little bow-legged boy I see walking across? That look like my son. That's me walking across the street, like basically running across the street and everything, you know what I'm saying? Some same apartments and stories she used to tell me, you know what I mean? She was like, that's what you grew up, that story I told you about and all that, that's where, you know what I mean, that's where it was at. So I was like, man, that's crazy. So everything just always seemed like it, you know, that just really put the stamp like, man, we was meant to be here, man. That's crazy.
That's why I'm doing this, man, because
straight up.
That's amazing to hear how the Most High be working in everyone's life. When we think we've forgotten about and all that, listen, the Most High is there guiding us. So, like the scripture says, but we have to have patience, perseverance. The scripture tells us patience possesses your souls.
Yes, sir.
You know, so man, that was amazing, man. What an amazing testimony.
Pops was always telling me, man, get up out of Bakersfield, you gotta come. He tell me to this day, don't come back. No matter what. If I go with anybody, no, don't come back. It's not meant.
Right.
It's meant for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't care how you ever learned the Bible or the truth, stay in it.
Yeah.
The same man told me, as I'm learning and trying to get on him, because he'll debate you to the fullest. Because he think he know it all. Yeah, I said that, Pops. You know, I got you. I love you, though. But, you know, so he told me that he had the Book of Jubilees and Jackson and all that on his show. Now, he kept us in church. I say, you ain't never cracked it open? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on. You know what you got. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's crazy. So, but it's just crazy that he had it. You know what I mean? It just blew my mind. I'm like, so you know about it? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, but I really never cracked it open and things like that. But I'm like, man, it's just, so I know it's here. So, on faith, man, you know what I mean? That's just, I know about faith. Just coming out here, moving the family down, trusting my sister and them that everything gonna go right. Me and my dad, we didn't have the best relationships growing up. I ain't really know him, but I'm like, man, I'm gonna go down here, bring my family down here, and just make it happen with the church and LinkedIn. The lots came out here and all that type of stuff, and we made it happen.
Modern day Abraham story, stepping out on faith. Right. The next question we're gonna go into is, what inspired you to get into music?
Ooh, man.
I know you said you was doing it out there, but what ultimately, in some short words, what inspired you to get into music?
Man, I always loved it. When, you know, like I say, Mom brought us up in there. We always was the choir and things like that. Then I ended up leading the choir just a little bit out there. You know, you being real young in the Sunshine Band, you know what I'm saying? Had Lily of the Valley and things like that. And then also doing boys ensemble in the choir at school a little bit. So we always had it, and then just started listening to the radios and music. And then my brothers and them, you know, we grew up in that area where, you know, we growing up 80s, but we freestyling all the time. You see what I'm saying? So pointing at the room, we just gassing, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it always was, to where that's how we started off, beating off the chest and, you know what I'm saying? And the table and everything like that. So that's where it was at. So it was always there, and I gravitated. And once people started saying like, man, he cold. And then so it was more singing. You know what I mean? There's always more singing. That was my passion. But once they said, oh, you can spit too, man, you crazy. You got it. You got it. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing Drake and all that before he came out. You know what I'm saying? Way before Drake. I can't lie. That stuff been out. That's why I'm looking like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was more mad. Just put it that way. I ain't gonna lie, I was pissed off a little bit that when he first came out, I was like, man, I could have been took over the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we low in the valley, you know what I'm saying? We call it the field, so we trying to push it out, but we just didn't know how to do it. But we would just do it from birthdays. I done did weddings. I did a whole bunch of things to where, like, sometimes we go to the party, it ain't no mute. I'm rocking the parties. Me and the cousins and everybody else, the homies just rocking the party. So I feel it was always in me. You know what I mean? But to do it for the Most High, like I say, it's just a whole different level. But I would say from a pup, you know, that's what, you know, it always.
Do you think some people, you know, like I did when I first got into the truth, I thought it was a little difficult to write in the truth. Did you think it was difficult to transition to go from worldly music to the truth?
Man, it was majorly different. You know what I'm saying? Because you got it from where, like how we say, I remember in Don's video, like we, you know, coming from the battle raps and things like that. It's not like really like the way, no knock to New York and all that, but it's not the way they do it. We really just gas and we off the top of the dome, but at the same time, remember, like I say, we banging life, so it's not like how they do it out there, the disrespect. You can't really diss no hoods and no mamas and no kids. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is off limits. So we really we really gassing about other things and see who got like the best freestyle or the best gas at the time like that. You know what I'm saying? So that, I don't know, man. That really was just that's what it was. You know, at the time. You know?
Who was your favorite artist or who inspired you most? What was the most influential artist? Obviously, they're going to be in the world.
Yeah.
But who was your most influential artist to kind of, influence you in the music, you would think?
Man, we
or
had
did you have any influences?
It was, I was really, growing up, we listened to music, but it was like sometimes it'd be in the strict house. So once we did start getting to listen, we heard pop. You know what I'm saying? That's the main. Then you heard Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Then you heard, from the NWAs. You got a lot of local rappers being in Bakersfield from SIBO and, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, to where in the Bay areas, you know what I'm saying, you got Mac Dre and everybody else, you know what I'm saying, that we have. So it was just a variety for us. But at the same time, you was kind of like everybody trying to get it themselves. So once you tap into that, it's kind of like everybody trying to compete to be the best one that it is, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it was for me, to where, like, I'm going to be the best, you see what I'm saying, and things like that. So then since I was doing it myself, that's how it was. But yeah, it's a lot of music. And then the crazy part about it is I would listen to a variety of music, because me singing and rapping, I didn't want to be in a box. You see what I'm saying? So I would, man, if I wanted to be the best at everything, to where if it's Chinese, I would be on there, bing, 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 I wanted to do the best. I wanted to rule the whole thing. I was like, what? If it was Spanish, I'm finna learn the I'm really finna go in there and do the whole thing. The ones who know, if they found something bad in this interview, they gonna know, because these are times that we can actually sit back and like it's real life. You know what I'm saying? I would never tell somebody, man, so it's real life, where that's what it was. Like, I'm a really hear things like that. I'm gonna really do it. So, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't in the box, but I get on the phone with my mom. I'm like, man, that's crazy. You know the pictures I was asking you for? Yeah, we end up,
when you came to Houston, did it change your music or influence anything from you being in Cali so long, or did you kind of mix them, or did you get inspired more?
And I mixed it, because the crazy part about it is, what is Big Pokey? And all them other ones like that purple stuff, and my wanna be a baller and all that type of stuff. Because we only came down here when the funeral happened. You see what I'm trying to say? So when we coming, then I hear the music that's out here, I took it back out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I even take the slang, and that's why I know the I'm talking about and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I took it back out there. You know what I'm saying? And so I always, it always was there. But I say the truth changed it, because, like I said, I couldn't freestyle the same way. Like how it was easy to talk. I can't lie. Somehow it's just easy talking negative. It's always easy talking to say something something bad about somebody. It's just real easy.
Yeah.
You can't say it on here.
But I'm gonna break it down with this clip. I got an extra 30 clip.
And it just flow. It's just always there.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you gotta come and know some scriptures. You gotta, like, in the truth is different. You gotta see the light. You gotta know, like you say, you gotta come learn like a newborn baby. You gotta all come all the way back. So if you don't really know nothing, it's like, what can I say?
Right.
You get what I'm trying to say?
So you ain't trying to say nothing wrong either.
Yeah, so it's like, man, you only can say so much unless you know stuff. So that's when I started taking the scriptures more serious and things like that. And then I always talked, or always wrote or sung about or rapped about real life. So whether it's about your life, my life, something that I was told, something I seen, you see what I'm saying? That's what I always was. But when I came to the truth, man, it was like, it took a toll, because it was like, man, I wanted to just learn more. You see what I'm saying? I wanted to just link in with the people, see what this was about. And then, like I said, that first song with Quadon, really just put it on the map and things like that, to where it's I can start getting in this lab, start doing it. Sometimes at feast days we will perform, or they, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, and it kind of opened up. But yeah.
Do you feel like I'm trying to be careful with my words. I know the new generation gonna eat me up. But do you feel like that, because every generation is special to me, even this one. It's just, but do you think like that it's, what you just said, like you wrote about real stuff, that it's kind of missing from the day?
I mean, it's majorly missing. It's a lot of fabricated lines. Fabricated lines, and like I said, you can, like that quote that y'all know, the real recognize real. You can see it. You know what I mean? You know when somebody I always had a spirit like that. Do I know when somebody lying? I can see. You can always tell, because then they're gonna get put to the test and all that. Because where we come from, you're gonna get put to the test like that anyways. But as you see, even nowadays, they coming out on videos, like you said in the class, that they coming out telling you now, oh, it's not like this, or it's hard. It's, you know what I mean? They not getting the increments like they think they would, and all. So it's a whole different ball game. You see them get locked up and telling and doing it. So it's not the same. It's nowhere near the same. You know what I'm saying? They took away the storyboards and all that type of stuff, because we was telling real life. We was telling struggle then.
What do you think about the new generation has this thing about snitching. So I hear you saying about telling. It's almost like, in my opinion, that man, I mean, in the Bible it tells us that we should tell things that's bad in our community, but that's when we're living in our land of Israel. But you know, in the so-called street life that we were living, it's supposed to have come with rules. Now, obviously, a lot of those rules is really we pick and choose.
Yeah.
But there was some things that we knew. Hey, if you did this, you're supposed to be responsible for it, right? And you know, and I get it with the young generation. They're not really tough enough to go in there and do time or whatever, or they didn't think it was going to be what it was, like what we were saying. So, do you think that? Because you know, you got this guy named Gunner or whatever. I know he came out with a hot song before with Young Thug and all that, but it's a lot of this information out there on the internet now. Like, what was the guy who just got beat up with all the tattoos on his face?
6ix9ine.
6ix9ine. Yeah, 6ix9ine. And it's like, it's almost like they bit on more than they can chew. Bit off, you know what I mean? Bit off more than they can chew. So do you agree with the new generation? Or now obviously we know the truth now.
Yeah.
But I'll give you my opinion after I hear yours. Snitching, do you feel like if they've done a crime with someone and that it's okay for them to snitch to get out of jail? Like, because let me tell you, the community is actually accepting them.
Yeah, they accept
the
them.
Community is like,
as we call,
they care more about their music and their talent. To me, it's almost like they're worshiping these people as gods.
Exactly.
And regardless if these people actually went to go do something wrong, rapped about it, and it's like they like, yeah, it's okay as long as he's making more music.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
Cartoon, it's a fairy tale life the way they do it. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, people got these big Ronald McDonald boots on now. It's like everything is different. It's like, man, we live in a false sense of reality.
Exactly. Everything is a joke. It's a cartoon. So I don't think it's not the morals of how, you know what I'm saying, even though it's always BS at the same time, but it's not the same as how, like I say, 80s babies or even before, you know, we like how we grew up. So I don't agree with none of this newness at all, because it's fabricated. You see what I'm saying? It's not real. And no matter how they portray it, you know, the ones who know. You can trick all of the the world and all that type of stuff that don't know, and the younger generation that's just coming up. You know, we coming from when there wasn't no cell phones, there wasn't no media and things like that. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta really stand your grounds and do that. You know what I mean? You got even. And sad to say, you even got older ones now, so-called OGs. They on there talking all online and doing certain things. Everything is turning commercial. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So it's not the same. I don't agree with it. You see what I'm saying? But far as, you know, in that mentality like that, you know what I mean? But of course, you know, since we're in the truth now, but I'm not agreeing with the younger generation at all, you know, when it comes to that.
Now that you've transitioned from, and I'm going to give my opinion on this, I'll digress, but now that you've come into the truth, do you feel like the definition that we're in the truth of real, that it was kind of tainted? Because we picked and choose, let's be honest. We picked and choose that we were real because, and I'm not saying, because I learned this when I was a child. I'm thinking, you know, if you in the streets and you hard and you sold drugs, that makes you real.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes you get the girls, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm not saying I fully believe in it, but let's be honest. Sometimes you go on a path and then the crowd takes you off of the path a little bit. Let's be honest. You start seeing a little cute girl. You kind of forget about your purpose because, you know, of temptation and things like that. But do you really think that it's real, since you've seen the dangers that we've put ourselves into, you know, all of these things that the children of Israel got into, the traps of the devil and, you know, Edom, that do you think that was real?
Nah, it's BS. It was a bunch of traps and snares that I learned to where, like, even when I was there, you know, from being, you know, I was on the blue side, you know, crib, you know what I'm saying? This wasn't allowed, you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you real and things like that, but at the same time, you have it to where you can still, if you got a voice or, you know, the people, I wasn't no dummy, you see what I'm saying? So I always was knowledge, even on like government things and all that type of stuff we was on. I didn't know the word too much, but I was on government and I had an eye, you know, all praise of the Most High to see things. And so I will always go around. Anybody that hung around me had to be better. You can't just coming around just like, you know, just the same old same. You have to be better in your life. That's what I taught. I started something called GMB, Grown Man Business. GWB, Grown Woman Business. So I started that, and you know, when we was out there, but it's always, everybody that know me is to better their life. You see what I'm saying? To do that. So I knew that it was something more and greater than that, because any real ones that I know, don't nobody. That's why I can't stand people glorify street life or glorify the banging or just like act like that's just it. You get what I'm trying to say? Because it's more than that. Because the real ones, we did that because that's to survive.
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say? We always wanted to move mama about the hood. We always wanted a better, you know what I'm saying, wanted the big cars and the whole little, you know what I'm saying, but somewhere different. So I don't glorify, like I say, I love it because that's where I came from and I never changed nothing because that's what made me stronger and who I am today, especially with these and, you know, you going out fighting every day. So, you know, it's nervous, it's scary, you see what I'm trying to say? But it's nothing to glorify. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing to just be sitting up there talking about this is it. It's not it.
And I'm saying that because sometimes Israelites get a bad, we get a bad representation from all sorts of media out there. And I'm saying that for the new people who may be watching, we get a bad representation. We get put into a box that, you know, these people are, you know, the boogeyman. I'm gonna say it like that because the T word, if I say that, and like the algorithm go off. But they you know, they act like everyone is just the same thing, and that, you know, that black people can never change. Why don't you guys show when our people are talking about how we didn't want to live that life? We got caught up, we got tricked, we made mistakes and how we're changing. You only want to show the negative side of us. So we're here to set the record straight. Like, this man is a family man. You know, unfortunately, we all made our mistakes. But I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't want my son. I look at my son like, man, I wouldn't really want my son going through what I went through. If, you know, I'm gonna be honest, that ain't real.
That's why part of the reason why I came, because you seeing the little homies and they brothers drop off at like 9, 13.
Yeah.
You gotta pick a side, junior high, but really elementary. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta pick a side. Once junior high, you either gonna get marked out or you gonna choose a side.
Look at Tupac. Tupac died at what, almost 25 or something?
Yeah, something like 25.
That was a kid. I mean, yeah, he was a man. People say he was a man. No, man, but he was a young man. At 25, we really just starting to get like kind of some maturity. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, so we haven't even reached our prime until we 40. So it's like, you know, in the curses, we learning all these different things. So I just wanted the world to know, we as Israelites, we trying to change our life. We trying to change other people's lives. And we don't think that the definition of real is doing bad things anymore. You know, never really even in the streets that I think that was real anyway. But we was just, like he said, trying to survive and make money. But, you know, they promote us as if we just, and it's like we hanging on to that, knowing in the background, you know, when you owe money for your rent or when you're going through all these hard times, you know, it's like, dang, is this really real?
Exactly.
You know, mama crying, you know, wife crying, whatever, the girlfriend crying, kids crying. That's not real.
It's not real.
And I'm holding it down for the homies.
Right, exactly.
Sure, if I'm holding it down for y'all, where my lawyer at? Y'all making money. Where's y'all putting the money for my lawyer?
It ain't growing.
I get the free me shirt. That ain't freeing me though.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? It's like, if you're supposed to be a boss, show it. Show the sacrifice. Take a loss for me to, you know what I mean? So it's like,
up, man. It's a lot of. That's why I say it's a fairy tale story. That's why I said it's a dream. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, I'm glad that you know we Israelites, but black men is stepping up to take back, you know, our lives, take back our children, take back our community, because it's like all they want to continue to show is just bad, y'all negative, this and that. Like they don't do the same stuff or more. Y'all over there getting plastic surgery and, you know what I mean? Like, if you love God and you're so perfect, what you trying to change your lips and your face and your breast and, you know,
hate yourself.
If you know, let me tell you, because we have that naturally. So you know what I mean, and now that's affecting our people again. So we learning it's bad from y'all, you know. But they're not talking about that part. But man, anyway, I wanted to piggyback or dovetail on the snitch thing. Okay. We know the scriptures say, hey, cause we had a perfect community. If somebody did something wrong, you better let it be known, because if not, the Most High gonna punish everybody else. You know, but I'll say this: if I did a crime with somebody, it's not real to me knowing we both did it or whatever I did. I just need to be real of what I did. I don't need to say nothing about him.
Exactly.
And you know, that's the thing, the new generation, they have no honor, no loyalty to one another. It's just a lot of accepting weakness. And I'm not here to bash all the young people, it's just more so of a lesson. It's like, you gotta be a man. If you're willing to do this, guess what? Go ahead and, like, you know, and it's your choice to say what you did or not, but don't definitely say nothing on him. you know what I mean, knowing you took part of it with him, because that right there, that's weak. It's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like literally a person like 6ix9ine can do what he did, and all these people, they all still getting accepted, because it's like, as long as they got money and they make good music, like you said, it's nothing but Alice in Wonderland now. It's nothing but a fairy tale.
Fairy tale.
And you know, I say this too. I like the effects of auto-tune, but this is the thing. We see what happened now.
Man.
So if you use it and you use it like it's a tool, but if it becomes you and it becomes us and all these robotics of where they trying to take, look at the artists right now, man, guys, do y'all see where this thing is going?
Yes,
Let me tell you, your voice, his voice, all they need to do is hear a few seconds of it,
Mm-hmm.
place it on something. We think that you was in an interview or talking, you know, it's like crazy.
I'm saying that, man.
Now the artist is you know, they ain't gonna be able to make no money soon.
At all. This thing washed. It's done.
And that's why I'm grateful you here today, y'all here today, because they got something to fall back on. I'm not the judge to say somebody shouldn't fall back or be able to be forgiven, but I'm just grateful, like, if they are repentant and contrite, they like, man, let's try this true music, see what it's about. You know, we got a little extra, you know, money in the tank. Let's help out and see what's going on, because we realize these people don't really care about us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we don't know why we doing it, but we doing it for a reason. No different than how the Most High brought you out here, how we all in here right now today, how this is being broadcast in front of the world. You know, thousands of people gonna be watching it. So yeah, man. I wanna ask this question. Describe your creative process. And so we can get to the freestyle. We're gonna keep everything short. Describe your creative process when you write new music. What do you do? Every artist does it different. Sometimes, I mean, every time it's different for me. Sometimes the beat is just so cold and it's flowing. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, well, the beat go hard, but it ain't coming to me. Do I need to wait a few days?
Exactly.
Do I, you know, and it's all good. Do I need to sip a little wine, relax my mind, because I've been working all day, and then it's always different for me. So, or sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let me make the hook first, or let me hear my brother verse or whoever on it. You know, it's always different. You know, through the spirit. But every time I pray. But what do you do?
Same thing. Likewise, like coming into the truth. Now I always pray, because I don't want no self.
Yeah.
So I always do that. And then I would say, I definitely have, if I can, I sip some yayan, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, but not all the time, because if I'm fresh, whenever I get that idea, I got to put it down. So whether it's in my phone and I don't want to just get in the lab, I heard and put it down from my phone while I'm in the bathroom at night, or, you know, in the morning, whatever it is. I'm sitting at work all day long, and as the spirit just flow, and I hear the beat like you say, and if it speak, but I usually come up with a melody, you know what I'm saying?
There you go. Yeah.
So when I'm riding the beat, you know what I'm saying, it's like, okay, what I got to figure out how I'm gonna get on there. So I mostly try to create the hooks first. Not all the time it happened like that. I start gassing, you know, put it on, and then I might be in the mood. I had some good carbonated water or something, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And I'm just riding, probably talking, just got off the phone with the G Brew or something like that, and I'm really just you know, in the mood, and I start spitting. Then I'm like, ooh, that was cold. So then I hurry up and with the recorder, try to, you know, drive and put that on, you know what I'm saying? I ain't telling on myself, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I put the recorder on, and then I start just, you know, gassing to that. And, but that's the main thing. However, I just let the spirit ride, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the spirit just basically tell me, because some days, like you say, you can get in this thing and you don't have nothing, you know what I mean? And then you know it's a cold beat. You know it's a cold beat, and it's like, man, I'm sitting there like, but you know, you got to be your own worst critic. So I'm like, I'm not gonna put that. You know what I mean? I know I can come harder than that. And I'm in that. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go chill with the family or do something else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Man, thank you for that. Briefly break down, if you can remember, because I know we were talking about a lot of stuff. You're like that verse for us. You know, he was featured on a song with us with Lion and King on Like That. You understand? I know it go like, we've been on a mission since the beginning.
So the hook get it, man.
That, you know.
Man, we had a long day, man. It was a long night, man. It's a story behind it. Always a story, man. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it brief. But when, you know, the elder sent me a beat, you know, and I know I was like, man, it was knocking. So I'm like, man, I don't know what to do to it. I actually wrote like about 3, maybe I was going to write like 3 songs to it, and then send you all 3 of them and see which one you wanted to go to. Yeah. But then so, you know, I ended up writing that, you know, we've been on a mission since the beginning, no stop until it's been. It's just because my mind state when I write, I always see a video.
There you go.
I always see a visual.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, so that's just, I want to drop, like, all of my songs, I try to see if because, you know, in the world, you start seeing, it's like, them singles be hitting, them #1 charts.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want every song, because I felt like one of the hardest little names on the album was, I think it might have been, I hate to say use his name, but Diddy. When I think he had that press play, I was like, that's a cold name, though. It wasn't cold for what he put out, but it was cold. If I was to call it straight up, like, it would have been, because it's always where you got it to where somebody will, like, they make a song and then they put it'd be like 1 or 2 songs on there, like, why in the hell did you put that on there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. So my main thing was to, like, put a banging song on every last single one of them. You know what I'm saying?
I grew up like that too. It's funny. The guy who I grew up with, he's like, man, make everything be able to be a single, like make it go hard. Because I know album fillers, but the time I was coming up in, you know, it was a lot of stuff that was changing. You know, music always transition, and he taught me, like, only make hits.
That's it.
And it was just like, man, that's all I know how to do now.
That's it. That's all, because that's why you're your own worst critic. Sometimes they sit there and you want to, and I was taught to never really just throw my verses the way I used to, but I'm like, nah, I'm going to save that for another time. You can always, you know, recycle your verse and do something else, but, you know, until that thing right, it's that. But, you know, that's what I was sitting there, and I seen the video. And when I got the first, you know, you get your first 4 bars or something like that, I'm like, ah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? And then I started writing to it, you know, and so when the hook came in, and then coming from Cali, we had some other like that,
yeah,
like that, like, you know, so it's the vibe that we had going on. So I'm like, I'm always H-Town in Cali, because we know we vibe, you know what I'm saying? We mess with each other heavy. So, you know, that's how it was. So I painted that narrative, like, you know, saying street speaking and things like that. So it led into the verse. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said we pulled up on any block. You know what I'm saying? Scared, hopped out in all white. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just the whole scenario. You know what I mean?
Y'all make sure y'all listen to that verse.
Y'all know what it is. Just
it's about street preaching. The video coming out soon. Shout out to my brother Bronze. He just got with me today. Man. And, you know, I said, man, I need that LA, Bronze. I know we're in the truth, but I'm like, I need to, because I want to wake up some people worldwide. If you from LA, let them see some LA on the good side, because that still was some good things of the talent that the children of Israel had. So he already hit me, told me he brought out a car, whatever the case may be. And I'm really excited to see where this thing is going to go. And we're going to be working on a Straight Like That video very soon, man. You know what I mean?
Look, I know now. You know what I'm saying? That's all praise to the Most High.
And we got a song coming out with my brother Tazabath. No, I'm talking about.
That's the name of it, though.
No, I'm talking about.
Y'all hear it, yeah.
Listen, it's going down, though. It's going down. Yeah, so
Brother Bonazar singing on that.
Man, Brother Bonazar is killing the game.
Straight up.
If the net went down and you could only save 3 albums to listen, what would it be? And listen, it ain't got to be Elders, because Elder ain't got no album, so don't even include Mike. I know people like, well, he picked Elder because that's Elder. He can't choose mine. So, but just don't feel bad, because, you know, I don't know about the truth artists, they be so sensitive. It's all good. It's too many of us. He can pick everybody got their own little thing. I like everybody's music personally, but it's like, if it's something that he just jammed to on the regular, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Why he ain't pick mine?
Nah, that's a harder one. That's
a hard. If you got a pass on it, it's all good, man.
I can't lie. I ain't gonna lie, not to because we was on it, but I'm definitely gonna have Soul Cry on that thing. That's just off top, because that spoke to me in a whole, like I say, different way. That's a real. No, I feel everybody can relate to that.
Album. You said singles.
Okay.
That's a single, right? Or that's
a single. So you say album?
Album. 3 albums. Do you know that albums by name, or you say you rather pick a song?
Nah. Okay. Well, albums.
Because if you can only do the song, that's cool too. That's probably more realistic.
We talking about truth.
Let's do song. Let's just do the song in 3 songs. Soul Cry. Because I ain't gonna lie, I can't, because my mind is just focused. That's why I can't remember everybody's album
always
name
like
right
that
now.
On test. So as soon as he asked me that, it went blank. So that's why I'm like, and it always happened to me like that. I done forgot my own songs and everything.
Well, you can think of it.
I would say, I would. Let me come back to it. I don't.
Yeah, come back to it. But
that's a cold one.
Soul Cry is one of them, because that was a real one, man.
I definitely would say for it, if it's an album, it would definitely be Kodam's. You know, that was that the 101 or the one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that first one, that knock, you know what I'm saying? It's 103 that, but the Indignation 101, that you know what I mean? When we coming into the truth, that's one of the ones that I, you know, and there's a lot of singles that I heard from Aquan and things like that I heard.
You
know what I'm saying? As far as the album, You know what I'm saying? That one-on-one, that's the main one that I know. That's the one we still got in our whip right now, and the kids be jamming until we make another CD with that 103.
If you come down, if you able to come down, we getting you. Let me tell you, we're gonna get you on an interview with G.O.C.C. Media, brother.
Praises. Come on,
yeah, because you've been doing it with the H-Town for a long time. We definitely got to get you down. For those who don't know of my brother, Aquan.
Man, I went blank.
Aquan and how. What's the best piece of advice another musician ever gave you?
Man, I would say just be original. Always be original and consistent, and dedicated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just it's probably more than that, but just always be original because it's a lot of copycats, it's a lot of things. So like my worldly, they call me Styles. You know what I'm saying? Because I can always imitate anybody. Yeah. So I just basically hear the beat and whatever I hear. I mean, sad to say, you gonna sound probably like somebody, but at the same time, it's like you can beat it, but I'm gonna put me on that thing.
You got your story though with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put me on it. May sound like them, but it ain't gonna sound like. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put me on that thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it say. Just to be original.
Cause it's 1,000
consistent, man.
People trying to be like Pop Smoke now. And listen, the beats is cool, but then it's like I'm hearing too many copycats. And when we grew up, we had Scarface. It ain't 1,000 Scarfaces.
Yeah.
It ain't 1,000 Willie D's or Tupacs. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. If they inspire you, I'm cool with that. But you still got to put your own thing with it too.
Exactly.
Kobe and them, they had to watch Jordan and LeBron, but still add your look. They still got something different to them,
Right.
to where it's not like you doing every little thing like Jordan, because it's corny after a while.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We all gonna get inspired, have inspiration from someone. But what advice would you give a upcoming truth artist as a young man from everything you've learned? Now you've been in the truth for how many years you been to the truth now?
Man, I'm going on, I think it's like 10.
Okay, so 10 years.
10 years.
So you've been in a decade. So now, what would you give a young man coming into the truth? Who because we know it's hard to write when we came in and everything you've said. What advice would you give? Short and
For
sweet.
somebody doing music?
Yeah.
Man, again, like
would
I
you
was
say
told,
come right in and just do it, or?
If you just coming in, you gotta sit in that back seat, and, you know what I'm saying, and learn. You feel what I'm saying? Because you gotta come back like a newborn baby. So that's what I would say. Like, you gotta. That's the first step, to come back and know something. If you don't know nothing, what can you talk about? You see what I'm saying? Even though I was from the streets, I had to relate. But this relating was in a different way at the same time, because I got to wake you up at the same time. I can relate to you on that level, but what's the positive message that I'm going to give you outside of that level? You know what I'm saying? Outside of that.
And
so
speaking it confident, like you got to, if you don't know it, how can you speak it confident?
Exactly.
If you don't know the Most High, how can you really speak about him confidently?
Yeah. I don't feel the spirit of flow. You see what I'm saying? Maybe if some say they have did it, but you got to know the spirit for it to release and to wake the people up. If you don't have that, and you ain't, it's like somebody coming in, they ain't baptized yet, they ain't anything, like you don't have that it factor. You know what I'm saying? You don't have.
And the Holy Spirit ain't coming until you don't tell you baptized. That don't mean we didn't all have that talent, but to feel it. And I told Aquan this. I said, man, Aquan always was telling me about his music, and I said, man, I'm an old soul, though. I guess I be acting like I'm 50 years old or something. But because I grew up around a lot of older men. All the OGs who came out who did murder, double murder, they always was clinging to me, and I'm clinging to them, and I'm listening to them, soaking up game. I wasn't just never really hanging around young men, so I guess that's how it happened. But when I told, I said, man, to be honest with you, King, because I had seen a lot of people come and go who had talent. And talking about talented people. And they started hurting me because I was close to them. And I said, man, I'm going to be honest with you, Ken. I don't even want to hear your music right now, bro. I'm like, it ain't even like that. No disrespect. But I'm like, I want to see your walk.
He actually told me that.
You know what I'm saying? For real, though, because it's like, if I keep seeing people go, you know how the Most High say, if you see something, you got to tell your brothers, like, because if we worship you like a God just because your music, you might fall off no different than them. So let me be that brother to make sure you don't lose your soul first. Let me see your walk. That way when I hear your music, I'm like, that's him.
That's you. That's what I was going to say.
It ain't just no dude, back in the world trying to get some shine that he didn't get in the world, whatever the case may be. Because I'm not here to knock nobody's talent. We all, children of Israel got talent. But I had to be real with you. Like, if you really want to get in, crawl before you walk. You know, earn your respect, earn your stripes,
Earn your
and we all
stripes.
gonna fall, whatever the case may be, make our mistakes.
Yeah.
We stand. You know,
That's
I've
your
been there
journey.
from the beginning too. But guess what? We all fail. We all make mistakes. You know, and we here through the Most High's grace, mercy, and His glory. So I appreciate that, and I know they're gonna appreciate that advice. Like, listen, learn, soak it up. You know what I mean? And because I hear some people making the excuse like, listen, well, you know, that's the only positive thing they know how to do. But I'm gonna be honest with you, we all got to go through the same gate. We all got to go through the same path.
There you go.
Because if we keep making excuses for people just so they can't do bad, it's like, nah, just chill it and watch from home then. You know what I mean? If you want to be real, because what makes you more special than this other person who put in that work? And to be honest, that's how the Most High work anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
that's why I say on that one song, man, the higher, he the biggest G ever. God
There
of all
you go.
gods, can't nobody do better. Like man, it's a lot of things that I didn't even know. Even in from the banging like to everything, it's like, man, we was copycatting off these scriptures. Everything came from the Bible. Like it ain't like you say nothing new under the sun. Everything is like from that.
Yeah.
You know, when you really see it, you know, and you really live that. So it's like, man, but yeah, I would say definitely come in learn it, because you gotta have something to talk about. You gotta have that story. That's how you get it. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
but it's cool. Like I like how the elders is now, and you know, we all elders. Yeah, I'm an elder, but we all elders to the young community now. We like, listen, it's we the elders. We telling y'all how to do this so y'all can last. You know what I mean? If we doing it, you know, we want y'all to last, because we ain't gonna always have the strength that we have. All these things, you know what I mean? So we have to, you know, keep it real with them so they know. Let me tell you this. What's an interesting fun fact about you that no one would guess?
Oh man.
He's like, oh my goodness, they got nervous.
Something that's a fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact,
And
man.
I'm just I don't know, man. They gonna know all of that, because I'm just down. I don't really know, because I don't hide nothing. So what you see is what you get. Like I'm loving, I'm me. So that I can't lie. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like this me.
Already.
You know, for the ones that do know, you know what I'm saying? My day ones, and even like I say, coming to meet the elders, my G brews right here, man. That's just what you see is what you get from me, because I don't never pretend like that's straight up. It's not like you see me sitting up here a lot of. You know, it probably seemed like, oh, you talking slang or something like, but that's me. But it's all a higher nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got this. It's the Most High. You know, if I used to bang for the world, I'm finna come in this truth and bang. Not even a percentage for the Most High. I ain't even put no number on it. You know what I'm saying? That's infinity. It's lifetime. It's eternity. Whatever like that. Till I walk in them gates and he say, "Job well done, son." That's my mission. Like, straight up.
That's a whole song.
Hey, I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? So I took that same energy. You know what I'm saying? But what you see right here is just really what you get. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was something that was, you don't really, I'm afraid of heights. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna, I don't do no roller coasters. You know what I'm saying? Things like
that's Jake all day, though. That's Jake,
ain't
man.
gonna
That's
get-
just universal.
That's me. I'm not getting on this roof. I'm not getting on anything like that. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
Hold up, man.
Skydiving, none of that.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing none of that.
These days, I'm seeing people get eaten by sharks. I mean, he showed me a video of somebody getting eaten by a shark the other day. That joint was sad, though, in the Red Sea.
Yeah.
And listen, it was crazy. When I seen that boy, the shark bit him, and then it was like blood. I said, he done. It ain't no, after that, he ain't even.
It's a camera.
Hey, listen, it was real in the field. Like,
That shark was huge.
I said, it ain't no way he get out of that one, because it looked like because when he turned him over, his legs was in the air, and he flipping that boy. I was like, I said, I don't know what he had bit him at, but I know he probably crushed the guts. And the dude was screaming for his life. I said, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you ain't finna make it out of this one, King. Like,
That shark was huge.
After that boy, you ain't even see him no more.
No cruises or none of that either, man. I'll be real skeptical on all that.
You ain't even see King no more. For real. I would say, man.
Man. You see what I'm
You know, and you know when I used to live out there, you know, in Africa. So I'm like, they go to that same little Red Sea. These white people go up in there, right? And then they want to go scuba diving.
Yeah, man.
The Red Sea got sharks. It's probably red because they done ate so many people.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing he said. That's what Jake gotta stop trying to be with this new generation and people getting eaten by alligator, all type of stuff. I'm good.
You going to ride? No, I'm not doing none of that.
We used to be at
They went on
all
the
that.
Ferris wheel like the little baby one. I don't want, man. I went on. Look, they took me to Disneyland. I was hooping and hollering at the little, and that's when I was younger. But I'm like, I'm about to throw up, and just I closed my eyes.
I've been on a roller coaster before where that joint was up high stuck. And they had the, you know, it malfunctioned. And I was like hundreds of feet in the air stuck. And I'm like, hold up, man, am I gonna have to climb down this joint? Yeah, you know, you don't want to slip.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it ended up working and slowly taking us back down. But what can we look forward to next? And do you have any new project coming out?
Man, all praise to the Most High. It's funny because me and Quadon was talking about it. I've been talking about this a higher nothing mixtape, but you know, I actually the studio actually kind of went down for a while in the moving and things like that, so kind of got hard time. So I got a higher nothing mixtape volume 1 coming out. You know, I got a couple of more features I'm gonna try to sum up. Most High blessed, it'll be coming out next month.
Praises.
You know, so I got that. A lot of things also with my family, my kids from my rib. No, we they all do music also. Certain ones that take it more serious and things like that. My little man Trey, man, you know, he really take it serious. But all of them got it. All praise to the Most High. But so
and they I seen them. They learned how to already do what they doing, work the board, do all that.
Do the whole
you gotta start them young.
Little Trey, man, he was in there quiet, man, and always. But coming to find out, he know the whole thing. Dad, I record you. Coming to see. That's why I put it on there. He had a song. What was that? Coming back with that fire he made, and I recorded him in there doing all of the stuff he do, so people can know, like, I don't write for these kids like that and all that. I make structure, you know, if they say something, I'm like, well, say this or put it like this, but I train them right, you know what I mean, how I was trained. So also, I got another, you know, project coming out with the brother Bonazar, you know what I'm saying. It's my whole little, I say my slang, you know what I'm saying? I call it G Brews, you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be called brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got G Brews and G Brewettes, you know what I'm saying? So like they say, ladies and gents, you know what I'm saying? So that's my little slang that I good to it, and it is getting stamped, you know what I'm saying? Just by the way. But G Brews is like just saying for brothers.
Yeah, you got to trademark that. I'm letting y'all
I'm
know.
I'm already on it because he told me about it. So
I'm putting Elder putting it on there. Thou shalt not steal.
Hey, real talk. No, trust me, it's in the making. Like, all we waiting on is something.
G Brews is already stamped.
So G Brews, G Brews, you know, so.
Yeah. It ain't mine, but I love my brothers, man. Like, you know, it's no favoritism, but it's like, man, if the Holy Spirit bless the person, let it, you know.
Yeah, all praise to the Most High. But yeah, we got an album coming out. It may be a little rap on there, but it's mostly gonna be singing. You know what I'm saying? With that, also, I'm featuring on the brother Debak. You know what I'm saying? He got an EP. You know, inspired him to go and drop an EP because he got some fire tracks that's actually finna come out, man. So we know we got those dropping, as well as, you know, I'm just mostly focused really just on my, we got a lot of family business that we focusing on now, getting our name out right now, and starting with the family business, as well as, you know, transitioning to some, you know, finding some land and things like that. You know, so that's why I've been kind of off slack on the music, because I really just been working from planting. Elder got, man, I can't wait till y'all see these plants, because they from pups to, you know, they up there now. So all praise to the Most High that I'm learning that from the Elder and things like that. And so we just got a lot of in-house. Like I said, I'm basically getting my family in order, but at the same time still working, like consistently working. I only get like 3 hours, 3 hours of sleep every night. I can't go to sleep until like almost 12 or 1 o'clock every single night. You know what I'm saying? Like Monday through Friday. So it is what it is. I'm not complaining. So other than that, but those are the projects that I got out that soon, you know, that's soon coming right now. So
you need to take some of our sleep formula, brother.
He said I'll sleep when I get to the kingdom.
Look, they be already talking about me at the Shabbat. Look, they got to get there early. I'm in that seat leaning back. Wake me up at 12 o'clock. Soon at 12, look, at 12 o'clock when Mike Shaw start talking, I'm like, yeah, y'all come get me, or I can hear him. Charlotte one, hey, let me go ahead and get him. You know what I'm saying? I get up in that thing, and, you know, and we get to going. But yeah, so.
All praises, man. Do you have a and we gonna put your link in there, but do you have a place where right now they can purchase your music, or that's coming on the next project?
That's coming on the next project, because like I said, I would say this, I wasn't taking it, it was always free, or just anything. So I wasn't taking, and I'm not a social media guy like that. I'm more in person, just trying to do it and always looking out for and recording. So I wasn't taking it serious like that. So I'm actually new to that. You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna help you make sure that's on point, and we're gonna be announcing where you can support his music at. You understand?
The YouTube is there though. The Tazabath Thamyad. You type in Tazabath Thamyad. That's Tazabah. Thamyad is Thamyad. You know what I'm saying? So you could type that in on YouTube, and it'll pull up my you know, my songs. So I got a playlist. I had old music, but I'm coming professional. You know what I'm saying? My elder didn't put me on, so I'm you know, just create that whole page, and y'all will see the new project, because Most High bless from my Deek Malak, you know what I'm saying? I'm shooting a video to all of mine, you know what I'm saying? So like I say, I'm trying to drop singles, so you will see visual at the same time. So Most High bless,
yeah. We're gonna put the link, you understand, in the description or whatever. Before we go ahead into this freestyle, I wanted to see, did one of you guys have any questions for Brother Tazabath?
If you if you could look back at like the previous songs you've been on, right? What was a song that really stuck out outside of Soul Cry? What was a song that really stuck out to you? That really just moves you in your spirit?
Another one I would say also was actually the one me and this brother got, and we about to actually drop a video to. Was called Follow Christ. You see what I'm saying? We was actually doing that, man. I was actually recording them, and he got to singing. Anytime I read about Christ, I get real personal. You get all type of mixed emotions. So when I heard his verse, it just melted me because he was talking about going through it just like how Christ went through it. And so we got a cold song coming out called Follow Christ, man. Well, we already got it out on my page. You can check that out. But we got a video, Deacon's gonna shoot soon, most high bless. And that's one that definitely talked to me, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a part of, like I say, my journey as well, you know what I'm saying? Being able to roll with the punches, not being a crybaby at it, you know what I'm saying? Because Christ went through it all. And I always teaching my kid and everything to where, like, if you ain't went through what he went through, it doesn't matter. Just shut up and go on here to keep taking, like they say, take it on the chin and smile with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So that's definitely one that I would say stood out to me also.
That was a great question. You got any questions about?
Yes, sir. The Elder and Rawchaa pretty much covered all the questions, man. I just want to know if we can get like a prelude into this freestyle that we finna experience.
Yeah.
Oh man, all right.
Bless us with that. Bless the people with that.
Yeah. We'll go off the chest. So, man, the Spirit actually gave us crazy. 'Cause I was at work and I got a song, you know what I'm saying, that came. So it sounded like, man, hopefully I can get all the words. Like I say, I was just freestyling and things like that. So I don't even write stuff down sometimes. But it's, Father, I pray that you hear me out, 'cause I got a lot of things on my mind that I need to talk about. See all these trials and tribulations that I've been facing, patiently waiting to hear a word from you. You told us endure till the end, and that's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I wanna say the water. I love you higher. You didn't have to do it, but you did. You sent down your Shire. Yeah. And I'm forever grateful for your love. You sent the Holy Spirit from above. I wanna say the water. I love you higher. I wanna say the water. I love you higher.
No, I'm talking about.
Yeah. Love you.
Yeah. Get it.
A little something else.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? A little something. But like I was just riding in the truck, and then like I say, I was getting ready because it's like we getting ready for G.O.C.C meeting. But anytime, like I say, the good thing about this job, man, I've been utilizing the time.
Right.
So it's like, man, giving the Most High more time.
Right.
Yeah.
And they pay me to sit there. You know what I'm saying? I got to go to work for 11 hours, so I go in the morning sometimes, like I say, at 5, 4 something in the morning, sit till 9 o'clock sometimes.
Right.
Man, I was always poor at reading also, so I done read Jasher, Jubilees, Enoch. I'm on what is that? The Patriarchs, you know what I'm saying? I read Patriarchs, and now I'm on, I think, Josephus right now and things like that. So, and then in a year's time, I just been digging in.
That's what
you know
I'm
what I'm saying?
talking
And
about.
now, all praise to the Most High, being in that academy, shout out to G.O.C.C, that Hebrew Bible Academy.
Make sure you get in that Bible Academy
man,
on Sundays.
Hebrew Bible Academy, man. The elder got us, when you was in there, we got that, the chronological order of how to read the word now. So I'm gonna actually do that. I'm actually on my own, but actually with the same. We in Jasher right now, reading with the family, but we gonna actually do that as a family too. You know what I'm saying? To be able to read it like that, because I always wanted to read the book, the whole book, you know what I'm saying? But now that we got it like that, especially from the elders, man, that's a jewel to me. So.
See, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear families praying together,
Right.
reading together.
Right.
Why y'all trying to always, badmouth us and make us look bad out there?
Yeah, man.
We need y'all to say this. We need y'all to pause it right there with what he just said.
Right on.
Family.
Ain't nobody put no guns to nobody had to do this. This brother's sitting there reading with his family.
All day
Huh?
long. And
Y'all
they
don't
love
like
it.
that, huh?
They love it.
See?
Read to your kids. Read to your kids, man. I'm telling you, they love it because that's what they remember. It's not about spending $1 million at the game and all that, but you raise them how they supposed to, and that's what they learn. You got these people out there raising their kids.
And we creating our own language. How they supposed to.
Like they supposed to. You see what I'm saying?
We don't need supposed to. How they supposed to.
No, talking about.
No, I'm talking
So,
about.
yes, sir.
Get your mind right.
So that's what it is. When I found out that, I always, when I was growing, I see, man, how this dude graduated, talking about college at 16 and all this type of stuff. So then coming to find out they be teaching their kids something different, though, or so-called real truth, or just the things that we should have been on, from, what is that, from, what we got that, what are we doing now? Credit, you know what I'm saying? So, from credit to all that, it's like, man, if we would have been put them on game and all that type of thing, we'd have been success, so the whole thing. And then first of all, with the Bible, you know what I'm saying?
Especially how we used to hustle in the street.
Right.
Man, if we would have been learning that, come on, man, we'd have been up in there like with the
because I'm saying it now.
What you say you need?
Look, we nice right now, but you know what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing. But all praise to the Most High. We got the jewel of our jewels right now to where we doing that actually now. All praise to the Most High. Meeting the Elder Rawchaa, man, coming back. I thank the Most High, even for all the elders that I always come across. You know what I'm saying? From Pa'am and everybody, I don't never knock nobody because it was special in my life and they taught something. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm always, like he say, whoever I hung around, I'm not going to hang around if you're not teaching nothing or you're not showing nothing. I can't hang around knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? I never, like I say, I never was that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the one that imitate and try to, I'm either teaching something or we learning something together or you teaching me something, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is, you know what I'm saying? So all praise to the
Man, we appreciate you guys tuning in for the interview, but guess what? We are not done yet. Or should I say, we ain't done yet.
We ain't done yet.
You understand? So, what Malak gonna say? Go ahead, Malak, and tell them what we about to do. We about to go ahead and get they what?
Get their mind right. No, I'm talking about.
Yeah. So get your mind right.
Already, I'm saying.
All right. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. All right, look, we're getting ready to do this major freestyle with the artist Tazabath. You understand? So he gonna get your mind right. You understand? We gonna get your mind right. You understand? So get ready. So we getting ready to put this beat on. Let's do it.
G.O.C.C. Media, what's happening? G-Brews. Yeah. Look, off the top of the crown, you know I'm cold with it. G-Brews go back in the day, yeah, we throw with it. Try to teach the people the truth, but they don't listen. Tell they body in that box and they soul end up missing. No disappearing acts, Houdini tricks of David Blaine. Pastor still lie about the rapture and it's a damn shame. Elder showed us what that book for. Follow Christ, keep the commandments, get baptized, welcome to the war. For a higher had to take that stand, cause I wanted more than the greedy man sticking out both hands. Look, ain't that the truth though, bro? They better come in through the straight way, cause if they creep through that back door, Babylon is falling, gotta abort the ship. I'm waiting on Christ to pick us up, now that's an Uber lift. If you don't wanna feel that fire, stay up out the flame. Me, I rep my higher, nothing, baptizing Christ gang. This me the rock, you know I'm balling out. Playing on my position, I'ma hold it down. On a battlefield with my troops and we trooping, no time to waste. Gotta wake our people up before judgment come to this place. No stress, stay blessed and get your mind right, baby. Salt of the earth, got the world going crazy. All praises to the Father, yeah, and yeah, Kwam Yasharala.
Listen, I'm gonna give me one and we gonna change the beat. Or do you got another? You got something else?
You know what I mean?
I got something else. What y'all got?
You got something? Y'all got something? What it do, man? You know what I'm saying? Anybody?
Okay. Yeah, bring the beat back. There you go. Bring it back.
All esteem to a higher, no more thugging. No more pimping women, no more block hugging. No more reefer chiefing, no more Really digging in his word and I love it.
Yeah.
No more bugging, I'm a stepper to the truth now. To keep it toward till my ribbon blue now. Demon bang for your Shire in the booth now. Learn his name and I'ma scream it from the rooftop. Hey.
Straight up.
Hey. Hey,
B, you got something? You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Hey, B,
hold up.
you know what I'm saying?
Father, that you know that I need you. Anything you ask me, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. All the things that I've been through, yeah. And you know I'm calling out your name. Ever since I came into the truth, I ain't been the same. Represent a higher. And since I came up in the truth, my soul been on fire.
Whoa.
Come on,
I
now.
really wanna show you that I'm here, yeah. So that means that all the fear can disappear.
Hey.
Okay.
Hold up. Hey, listen, I ain't know they was gonna do it like that. You know what I mean? I ain't know they was gonna do it like that. Check it out. But check it out. You got something else to talk about before I go?
Nah, that's it.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's change that beat. Listen. Elder Rawchaa, let's see what we got. Yeah, come yeah, hold up. Yeah. Know what I'm talking about? Hey, G.O.C.C Media.
Let's go.
Yeah. Give me the strength, Father. Hey, yeah. Look. No. Look. Ain't afraid to die, they can't take my soul. Hear the rhythm when I enter line, drop it, hit it, look like a white crash roll. So shorty broke up with the X-Men, cause we marvel men, see we marvelous, no need for races, we draw with pens, see we songs, think we sharp within. Like Clark Kent, see we humble, get called to be you, we bumble, we rumble, see all the trees in these jungles that we come from, seeing all these zebras, we hungry, we starving reason, we hunting, seem far away, but we coming, we back it up, they keep fronting. Hey, hey, yeah, hey, hey, let's dig him a lot, get up.
Somebody eat.
Come on.
Somebody eat. You know
What?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Come on.
Yeah. Get your mind right. You know what I'm talking about? You know what? Let's talk to him for a second. Our kingdom here, but somebody just don't want to let it go. Something like a modern day pharaoh trying to keep us sleeping eyes. Signs and wonders about to be revealed. We smoke them out just like a chimney. They can harden their hearts if they want to, but we gon' keep bringing that fire, got plenty. Pulling down strongholds of those who hide behind their curtains. They act like we don't see them, but we peep that spirit working. Be a problem, never all them fall them under lower bottom them sheep. Then ran up out of there flocking, it ain't no stopping it. They can't be quenched, even when you try to put it out, don't make no sense. Still a little thirsty. You really wanna go there? You can get it, pop a collateral debit's about to show you who's worth it. Ain't no competition. You can throw you right on the ground, form at the surface by beating them. Never cheat to win. A higher fire raining, the fire using us to defeat them. Your spells and sorcery skill, what you gonna do? Hit the dough, make you hit the flow. Rebel if you want, I'ma have to show you what it's hitting for. It's about to flow. We service, you better be cautious, flawless, leaving our foes with a loss. You sure you about to come back to show you who the boss. It's time to give it up, cause Lion King up in here. Right.
What? Hey, you murdered that joint. You murdered that joint. Whoa, you murdered that. Listen. Hey, like he said, that's old school, bite the mic. I got one more beat coming back to y'all. Listen, we came. Okay, I see you.
I'm just
Okay. Yeah, we gonna have to bring that to life. That might be on the mixtape. You know what I'm talking about?
Fire.
Get your mind
Listen,
right.
let me get this other beat real quick for y'all. We're coming back, and then we're gonna see y'all soon with the next interview. You know what I'm talking about?
Know what I'm talking about? Get your mind right.
Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Storm.
Drink love, detox your body, piss that hate out your system. If the Most High destroyer wanna be fake, he didn't listen. I know that parallel parasite snake, hard to come at you like gallstones. Stay on that number 2, keep pushing till it's all gone. Look, I don't like when these demons get in their hormones. In their mind, they get their incredible heart gone. But guppy, stay out my waters, that's where the sharks roam. These Holy Spirit hollow tips will leave your thoughts blown. Follow precepts, be obedient or get lost, gone. Have everybody looking around like a fork was blown. My competition mad, I'm taking all their consumers. But it's a fact that my heart beating harder than your music. See, we ain't them type of mans be making comments on computers, making threats to me in Texas when you talking from Bermuda. I'm a man in these scriptures, my hands on square business. I'm posing the highest business, so you better get your picture with your iPhone. Disappear bygone.
Hey.
This the highest throne. Spitting from my dome. Linen and nylon. Dripping my ice on. Hold up.
Hey, let's go.
Hold up.
Yeah.
I'm just doing ad-lib.
Woo!
Know what I'm talking about?
Get it, King.
You know what I do in the morning? Wake up in the morning feeling blessed, yeah.
Hey.
Pray, sip tea, play chess, yeah. Work out, hit my ribs, take a shower by the hour, then I go get fresh, yeah. Will never let a hater bring a vibe low. Smooth operator, purify, flow. When I move it, I know they hate on the high. Roll like a leprechaun, I want me gold, yeah. Food for the soul, aid to the mind. Don't never let a hater come and take your shine. They're amused by the glow, but hate on the low. On the come up, they can see you in your prime. Top peak, bless my sweep, delete the stress. I block the breach, the negative vibes to sleep. All eyes get put to the test, no stress, stay blessed. Get your mind right. I'm talking about.
Hold up, man.
Get your mind right.
Hey, get your mind right.
Drink love.
Hey.
Drink love.
Hey.
Drink love.
Yeah.
Drink love.
Hey.
Hey, there's nothing more than up above. Be wise as a serpent and soft as the dove.
Hey.
Drink love. Drink love. Yeah.
Hey.
I'm talking about.
Hey, listen. Listen.
Drink love. Yeah.
Hold up.
My elders, hey. G.O.C.C. Media, yeah, we going down and day.
Listen, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of G.O.C.C. Media. You understand, I really appreciate my brothers coming through. You know what I'm saying? You already know. You already know what it do. Yes, sir. Like I said, say greet the brothers with a holy kiss. It's all love. Drink love, detox your body, and get that hate out your system. You know what I'm talking about? And like, I'm gonna leave it to Malak. No stress, what?
No stress, stay blessed, and get your mind right. You know what I'm talking about?
Peace and blessings. We see you on the next episode of G.O.C.C. Media.
Yeah.